I am secretly a predator in disguise. Alright, so for this video, I'm going to be making quite possibly the most controversial tier list of all time, and no, I will not be holding back with my opinions. If you don't agree with the final list, you can let me know down in the comments below, but let's dive right into this. So first up, we have Notiv. No, not S tier, definitely, because if you're wondering what he did, Notiv, basically, I believe he groomed a 15-year-old. Okay, it's not that tricky, honestly, it's not that tricky. So he groomed a 15-year-old, that's quite bad. He was 24 or 25. That's a 10-year age gap, which is already quite insane, so I'm just gonna be safe, throw him in F tier. You know, he only had 100k subscribers too, so I don't know, he wasn't that important anyways. Now, next up, I couldn't find the profile picture because his account got deleted, so we have the creator of Doomspire Brick Battle, who again groomed a 15-year-old, I believe. I'm pretty sure. I don't know. It's been a while, but you know what? He made a good game. He made a good game. I'll give him that. However, again, that is quite bad. Honestly, that is quite bad. But you know what? You know, F tier just to be safe again. D tier. I'll put D tier. I mean, there's not really much you can, you know, do to like try and justify it. I'll say D tier. You know, I'll say D tier. Now, next up, we have the creator of Animatronic World, Redfur, I believe is his name. So he got called out because he drew inappropriate images of other minors' personas, apparently. The question is, where would he go? Because think about it. It's not as bad as, like, straight up grooming a minor. But at the same time, you can't just like, oh, this is not, like, oh, this is completely justified. Like, it's not, again. So, D tier, I'll put high D tier, because he made a really good game, honestly, you know, high quality. Okay, well, I wouldn't say high quality, not as high quality as the Pizzeria Remastered, or whatever it was called. So, you know what, high D tier, I won't put him in C tier, high D tier. Now, this, low F tier, Loppy is low F tier, oh my god. If you don't know what they did, apparently he sexually assaulted a 17-year-old, I believe, which is absolutely insane. Like, that's actually the most absurd thing I've possibly quite heard of. Like, actually doing it, like, oh my god. I don't even know what to say. I didn't watch him that much. I didn't even know he existed until I started looking for, you know, YouTubers and creators to put on to this tier list. So low F tier, absolutely horrendous. Yeah, no, nothing. You can't say anything about him at all. You cannot save him. Maybe, if you really tried, maybe, but like, no, not me. So here we have Cam Geysa, well, one of the more recent ones to get exposed. Me personally, I'd say. Because, okay, if you don't know what Cam Geysa did, they sent inappropriate images to minors. You know, kind of like Redfur, who instead drew it, but he just sent inappropriate images. He's a good animator, I'll give him that. Again, the quality of their content doesn't necessarily justify their actions, but it will, you know, signify this tier list right here. Again, sent inappropriate images to minors, which was kind of crazy, but again, you know, not as bad. Yeah, so I'll say again, because he's not a straight up like predator, right? He's not actively like trying to get with minors or anything. He just sent inappropriate images, not even like of like real genitalia. No, I don't think so. Maybe, you know, I'll say maybe. You know, B tier. I'll say B tier because I don't know. It's been a little bit, but I think I'm pretty sure I do remember. It was just an inappropriate picture of his avatar, I believe. Now for a more oh god, I do oh my god. This man right here, I think we all know where he's going. Okay, because Loppy actually did it. You know, Kelogesh did it to multiple people, so you know what, low F tier. Low F tier. Kelogesh, if you don't know what he did some absolutely horrific stuff with minors, like 14, 15-year-olds, which is insane. He's like 20 or 25 or something, like around that age. Oh yeah, that's also their ages will kinda, you know, it won't dictate, but it will influence this tier list a bit as well, their ages. like how developed are their brains and stuff like that, you know. So yeah, Kelogish is absolutely like low F tier. Oh my god, get this man in a prison cell like right now. Like listen, I'm all for redemption, right? I'm a very forgiving person. It's my belief. There's kindness within everyone's hearts. You know, everyone deserves second chances, but like this man is like on the line a bit, you know, honestly. He's like on the line. Now you might be wondering, aren't these two the same people? Why yes, my astute viewer, these two are in fact the same people. However, I'm also ranking them based on what they did during their time on YouTube. And so this is technically a different account. So, you know what? I'll say B tier. Well, say low A tier. Because think about it, Koofy didn't actually do anything during his time on YouTube. You know, it was all Kelogish, right? He was just exposed for being Kelogish. But like he himself, you know, I like to think that, oh, like deep down in his brain, he's like, oh my god, I'm never gonna do this again. I don't know. So yeah, Koofy, high B tier. Because he technically didn't do anything during his time on YouTube. So I'll say high B tier. Right, we're also looking at this from a logical standpoint. Now, let's get into the crazier ones. Kaneko Kitten. Okay, so let's think about this. Kaneko Kitten, right? So this man, I don't even want to. Listen. He inspired me to do a YouTube and all, right? You know, him and PJHL Films, but he inspired me to do YouTube commentary, whatever. But I won't let that, you know, sway my opinions, you know, on what he did, right? But kind of, I don't know. I'm thinking. Okay. So, in case you don't know what he did, let's get this out the way. Let's rip the band-aid off. He was mostly canceled because of, you know, his interactions with Narpy. Narpy is 17 and Kaneko Kitten is 20. And the thing is, like, me personally, I don't see an issue because, again, you know, the age of consent in Texas is 17. So, again, I personally can't really see an issue with this. But where the age of consent is 18, you know, they're at, well, see, it's what you call the gray zone, right? 17 to 18. If you want to play it safe, go, you know, just do it with people over 18. Because, I don't know. I'll say low B tier. Because he was mostly canceled because of, you know, his interactions with Narpy. You know, 17 and 20. It's like, it's already pushing it a little bit for an age gap, you know, 3 years. But like then, you know, engaging in certain activities. No, so I'll say low B tier, you know, just to be safe. Now, this man, absolute S tier. I'm not trying to be a glazer, right? I'm not trying to be a glazer or whatever, you know, like, oh, his animations were a peak, right? Literally the greatest animations in Roblox history. No exaggeration. I mean, have you seen Trust Issues Part 1? But still, but let me explain. This man, he was canceled mostly for sending gore to minors. But a lot of people try to say like he's a predator because he made sex jokes with mine. There's nothing wrong with that. Okay, well there is absolutely, you know, something wrong with it. But here's the thing. It's a joke. I'm like 99% sure he wasn't trying to get into a relationship with a minor, right? I'm absolutely sure. Like he doesn't come off as that type. He's just a bit of a weirdo, right? We're all weirdos. He's just a bit more of a weirdo, I suppose. So this man, I'm pretty sure he didn't think before he spoke. That's what I'm saying. I don't think he thought before he spoke, and then he let his intrusive thoughts win, right? That's what I'm trying to get here. He let his intrusive thoughts win, and he absolutely fumbled his career. Not even that, he still has 3 million subscribers, so I think a massive W for him. Although, I do think he should still apologize. Because again, you know, if I ever did make a joke like that with anyone, I would definitely apologize. So, yeah, I think if he just apologized and was like, oh, I'm never gonna do this again, I'm pretty sure he would have been fine to continue Roblox stuff. Like, I don't know. Bonky does, he's also an animator, I think. Because here's the thing, he didn't do anything with anyone, right? He was mostly canceled because he liked, let's just say the word lolly. For simplicity, I'm not trying to get this video age restricted or anything. Let's just say lollies, right? You know, you get what I mean, right? So, let's think about this here. Again, there's so much wrong with that, but he didn't actually do anything with anyone. But at the same time, that's still like really wrong. And also, his animations they're okay. So honestly, I'd have to say, I'll say low C tier, because I don't know. He just seems a little creepy, right? He just seems like a bit of a creep here. I just don't know what to say about this man. It's because I have nothing to say about this man at all. So you know what? We're gonna move on. We're gonna move on to the next one. Oh boy, this is an interesting. This is a really interesting case here. Here's the thing, Potamer, he did something with a 12-year-old when he was 16. Now, here's the thing. Yeah, his brain wasn't fully developed and all, but at the same time, he probably should, be taking accountability for this kind of stuff. His animations are all right, of course. But, like, I don't know. I'll say, because again, this is when he was 16. This is like 3 years ago. So who knows? Maybe he changed and grew as a person. For all I know, I don't know who, I don't know who he is. I don't know how he is as a person. So you know what? I'll say C tier, right? Low C tier, high C tier, maybe. Because again, this is when he was 16. Whatever. Who knows? Maybe he has some like childhood trauma or something, and that's why he did it. Again, you gotta think about all the little things that goes on behind the scenes. Like all I like PJ stuff. All he has to do is say I'm sorry, or just take some accountability, and it's like, okay, he's a weirdo, right? But like, he's not. I doubt he's actually gonna do it again. But again, maybe all this I'm saying is just because I'm a very forgiving person, right? So that's probably. But let's look back. Let's refine this tier list a bit. I'll say Koofy. No, A tier. I'll say Koofy's A tier. Kaneko Kin's staying here because again, it was 17 and 20. So again, whatever. I don't know what else to say here. Cam Guys, it was just an inappropriate images. PGHL Films, again, not a predator. He just makes weird jokes. Doesn't think about what he says. We don't talk about these three down here. Absolutely not. Especially this one and this one. So you know what? I think that's the whole tier list. So hey, thank you for watching the whole video. Genuinely, I really appreciate it. Like and subscribe. Zero out.